right, beautiful people, you are doing well. I know you are. I know you are. Continue to have that smile on your face. You are reaching many. You are being an encourager. You are being a motivator. You're standing for the truth of God. You're understanding what it takes and know that He's with you. He has sent His angels to give charge over you and for you to be a light in this dark world and to know that with God all things are possible. Listen, if you have not yet got a coffee, got any juice, any chip, go right ahead because we want to be speaking with you just for a few, and you can grab your daughter or your son, your family, and you can, begin to sit back as we want to touch on this real quickly with you. You have been faithful for our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to us. And we are sharing the blessing of God in as much way as possible. And for those who are recurring, oh my God, thank you. The blessing of the living God continue to watch over you and give you grace and peace and the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is our strength even now in the name of Jesus Christ. I'll be with you shortly. Don't go anywhere now. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back shortly. Guys, I came across a video that I saw on the internet, and I want to speak to you real quickly because I spoke about this lady before, and she was one that was not a believer in the Lord, and she had an encounter with a patient, and I see this very regular that is happening more regular in the world of medicine, where God is doing some amazing things and blowing the minds of those who have studied about medicine in ways that they only deal with what they're seeing, what they can break down, the logicalness of it. And so it's very refreshing every now and again. You see, these persons that's coming on and they're saying, listen, this is what I heard, this is what I saw, this is what I feel, this is what I know. And they're just opening up and just showing you the presence of the living God, the presence of the living God that is so explosive in the lives of the people. And so by sharing, you can see the joy of the Lord that is also shining on them. And we just continue to pray that they will continue to surrender fully to the Lord and know that He is there. His arms are open. His arms are open, people of God. His arms are open so that He can truly, truly, just hug on us, just lead us, and just say, listen, this is what I've given to you. Don't you know that we're just stewards for this earth? Don't you know that we are just caretakers? We're just here for a while. Here is not our home. Oh my God. Guys, we came from God. We were created by God and came from God. He blew the breath of life in us through our parents. And so we came about. And we had a home, but we're here in order to live through that free will that God has given us so that we can truly, overcome the wiles, temptation, the distraction, the destruction of the enemy, and not allow the enemy to wrap us up or to cause us to be living in sin. And so when we come to understand that we were born in sin, and so through the grace of God, through acknowledging that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, then we have come in a covenant with God. And by that, His angels have been given charge to just, guide us in all the ways that we do. The Spirit of God is leading us. And I want to play a clip real quickly so you can see and hear, you know, just an experience of this nurse and what she's saying and what was the message that was released to her, and we will be talking about it real shortly. All right, let's go without any further ado, guys.
And he just kept saying to me, "Oh my gosh, Julie, oh my gosh, Julie, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. If I only would have known, if I only would have known." And he wasn't really finishing his sentences. But he was making me feel like if I only would have known how good this is. I could cry right now thinking about it because it was so powerful. And he was making me feel like so much joy and freedom. And he was just saying to me,
Wow, joy and freedom. Just peace. Just think about it for a moment. Just serenity. Just a place of bliss, of awe. Oh my God, guys. Let me play the rest of it so we can continue to hear what she's saying.
And he was just saying to me, "I can't believe it. I can't believe it, Julie. I can't believe it. If I only would have known." And then I'm weeping in my car, right? I am full on sobbing in my car, tears of joy. And then suddenly it stopped. And I was in my car kind of shell shocked, like, what the hell just happened? I heard my phone go off like a text, and I saw the nurse inside the house just texted me, so-and-so just.
Guys, and we have seen different videos and confessions about persons that are who have gone off, or NDE experiences that has caused them to come back and speak about what they have seen, what they have encountered. And in this particular case, she was in her car and she had, apparently a patient that she has been taking care of. Their words were ringing out in front of her, and she was hearing the audible voice of the patient, and the patient was just expressing that, listen, um, if I only knew, if I only knew. And that was a repetitive statement that was made, because there's no words to express. Once we have lived this life that is in accordance to his will and what he wants, and being called home, um, there is a joy that is experienced. There is a bliss that is experienced, for one to truly not being able to compare what you have seen or felt on earth. And for a lot of persons, been through a lot of pain here, you're going through a lot of hurt, you're going through a lot of turmoil, you're going through a lot of confusion, you're feeling depression, you're feeling stress, oppression, you're feeling as if you want to give up, you're feeling as if, oh my God, what is happening? Why am I feeling this way? Is God real? And all these different things are just bombarding your spirit. I want to speak to you right now, and I just want to declare, peace be still, and know that God is truly with you. And so you start by giving it to God. You start by saying, God, I come before you again, unworthy and undone. And without you, I can't move, I can't live the way that I need to, because it is God that is guiding us. It is God that is directing our path, not us and what we think we ought to be doing. And so there are things that we will save out, that we will remove out from our presence. Think about this. If you think about like a white material, right? And some juice stain that has been there in it or on it, you have to apply the right agent, you have to apply the right liquid, and all the different things for that stain to be totally removed. Because if you don't, then you just wash it as is. It's going to be clean, but the stain, especially depending on the type of stain, it's not going to be totally removed, right? And that's what Jesus does. With Jesus in your life, totally surrendering, putting aside and just saying, listen, I just want to live for you. I just want to be directed by you. I just want to know your ways, study your word, live the life that is expected. He comes and he cleanses, he renews, he rebuilds. He's the rebuilder, he's the architect, right? The perfect architect with the And so when he begins to unravel, to take away all those weak structures, all those things that are in the foundation that are not in, right building code, that are not sturdy enough, because he wants to build a large structure, and the foundation would not be able to support that structure. And he has to remove all those weak materials, all those inferior materials, so that he can build you up to what he wants you to become. And so when you think about it, right, it's like a preparation into, like I said, the removal of the stain, the removal of all these things that wants to bombard our minds and to cause us to be in a loop and, feeling as if we're not moving forward. When we have gotten it, when we're living, when we're walking, when we're in that school that we're being taught by him, and we're learning and we are being active, because learning is twofold: it's theory and it's practical. And like we know, when we learn something and we say, yeah, I know this, I learned this, we have to act it out. We have to be by what we have learned. Or if we don't, we can't truly say that we have learned it, because you're not acting it out. If you go to a culinary school and you go in order to, truly be in a place where you want to, learn to cook, you're going to be, just at it. You're going to be just positioning yourself so that you can learn all that you need to learn, so that you can cook the best meal, so that you can prepare the best dishes. And there comes a time that you have to perform, what you need to show or to prove that you have learned, that you have removed yourself from, not knowing, a novice, into maybe, an amateur, or even a good chef, a good cook, right? But you have to do that work in order to prove yourself. The good book speaks about that. We should study to show thyself approved, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth. And so when we consider this in this type of aspect, we seek to connect to God in the fullness of His Spirit, so that we can be led and we can be directed